Hi guys, Graham from Penguin here, leaning on the Rover P6 2.2 engine you've seen clips of in a few of the latest videos. And yeah, this video was simply going to be a power test on this, but then I had a thought. Well, if one's good, two must be better, yeah, right? So I had a thought, and some of you with long memories may remember I stripped to rebuild a Series 1 2000 TC engine. Well, to be perfectly honest, I made part one of the video. I started to make part two. It just took forever. It's a really long video, and I just got bogged down in other stuff, and I've never finished it. So, although I finished that engine a couple of years ago, and it was power tested and dyno, and it's back in the car, and the owner's got the car back, I thought I've never showed it. So, up first, we've got. I'm going to show you the 2000 TC engine. So yeah, looks pretty much like this. The only difference is it's a 2 litre with twin 2-inch carbs. I don't know why they put such big carbs on it, because you didn't need it. Yeah, so first up, let's do some power runs on the Rover 2000 engine. Hi guys, Graham from Penguin here. Well, this video was going to be a quick power test of this Rover P6 2.2 TC engine, and then I remembered a few years ago I rebuilt a 2000 TC engine, so its earlier cousin, and I made part one of the video and I never got around to making part two, which would have included a dyno test. Well, I've still got the data. So up first, I'm going to show you the 2000 TC engine, and then we're going to move on and switch to the 2.2 TC. Now, although the two engines were dynoed on the same dyno, the operating systems of the dyno are different, so I can't just overlay the two. What I can show you is a graph from the Dyno software of what the 2000 did, and I can show you on the Your Dyno software what the 2.2 did. And if I get clever with an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm not very clever with Excel spreadsheet, but if I can get a little bit clever with Excel spreadsheet, I can put the numbers on there and give you a spreadsheet with them both on. It won't necessarily be exact because of corrections, etc., but they were both run to DIN standards, so theoretically, apart from the fact the engines were done several years apart, this should be a reasonable comparison. So how did our 2000 TC do? Well, to be honest, we never made book figures. Book peak horsepower was 109 brake horsepower, 5500 RPM. And what I found on the dyno was it got to that 5000 and that was about its lot. But at the top of the rev range, full throttle, the engine was a bit lean. So I think if we'd have got a bit more fuel in it, it would have rewarded us with a couple more horsepower. And I also think on this we have to bear in mind that this engine is supposed to be running on leaded 5-star, so the ignition's a bit retarded from where it probably ideally wants to be, given that we're running it on modern unleaded. Fueling was probably a little bit lean at the very top, but it was kind of right everywhere else. And to be honest, the vehicle's owner is never going to be thrashing this around full throttle, banging up against the rev limiter. It's just not that sort of car. It's not that sort of owner. So the main point of the dyno test here was actually to prove, you know, the engine was mechanically sound and made some decent numbers. And what did we finish up with? I think we actually made 100 brake horsepower at 5000 RPM, and our actual torque was 117 pound-foot at 2700. So it made the peak torque at the correct RPM, which says to me cam time and everything was about right. So that's that one to bed. So here we are, 2.2. Now, perhaps at this stage I might explain some of the differences between the 2000 and the 2.2 engine. The 2.2 is a bigger bore. That's how it achieves its extra capacity. The stroke is the same. Because of the bigger bore, it's also got bigger valves in it. So those two should considerably help. Now, this has only got 1.75-inch carburetors, which to be honest, they're amply big enough. But the big difference is the 2.2 engine has got a much reduced compression ratio. The compression ratio is much lower than the 2000. I think this is down at 9:1, 9.2:1. It's not high, unlike its earlier cousin. So those are the differences. What's the book numbers? Well, the book, Rover quoted in the book, scratch my head here, yeah. The Rover quote was 115 horsepower and at 5000 RPM. So the quoted peak was at lower RPM, and 135 pound-foot of torque at I think 3000. So curiously, the Rover quoted torque number, its peak was at a higher RPM than on the 2000 engine. Same camshaft. So yeah, well let's see what it makes. So you ready, boys? Should we make some more noise? So how did we do? Well, pretty good actually. The Rover quoted torque number was 135 pound-foot at 3000 RPM, and we made exactly that, bang on that. But in actual fact, it did a little bit more torque than that. It did 138, almost 139. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Bear in mind, this is a completely standard engine. The only non-standard bit is the 123 distributor, which I probably said earlier, or may have said earlier, has got a pre-selected advance curve in. It's not a mappable one. It's done with little dip switches inside, so it's just pre-select a curve. In terms of peak power, well, Rover quoted 115 brake horsepower. We didn't quite do that on this run. This run was about 113 and a half. Couple of runs it did do it, so sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. But then engines are living, breathing things. They heat up, they cool down. They never make exactly the same power every power run. So yeah, happy with that. Basically, we've got a standard engine making standard power, so you can't fault that. Now, just to give a bit of comparison now, I'm going to try and do a bit of funny thing with an Excel spreadsheet and put both on the same graph. Right guys, there we go. Wondered there's an Excel spreadsheet. Both engines on the same graph. Well, there's no real surprises here, is there? The bigger engine made more power. As I said earlier in the video, I think the 2000 engine could have, maybe should have, perhaps might have made a bit more power, but as you can see, the torque curves are basically the same. When you look at the 2.2, the torque curve falls off faster at the top of the rev range, which is exactly what you can expect given the same cam, because the bigger engine is going to struggle more to get air through the same valve open area as the smaller one, so you would expect the torque curve to fall off earlier. But interestingly, it picks up a lot earlier in the first place, so yeah, no real surprises there. On that bombshell, you know what to do: like, share, subscribe. I'll bring you some more. It's probably Ford stuff next, because I think the Ford guys are feeling a bit left out now. So catch you on the flip side, guys.